Anybody who watches my channel knows how I feel about the Wii U. It's the only console that I've ever camped out in the middle of the night, actually slept in my truck, and waited for the store to open the next morning to pick the console up. It's too bad the rest of the world was wrong and didn't share my enthusiasm with this console. I wanted to make this video and see if the Wii U was still worth buying in 2023. Hey guys, this is me from the future here. Quick thing here, this video I actually made before I took my break and I never uploaded it, and it's such a good video. I had so much fun making it that even though it's a video about the Wii U for 2023, everything in it is still relevant enough that uploading it now didn't really seem like a problem. Also, I don't think that beard was doing me any favors. I don't know, you tell me. Thanks guys, enjoy the video. In past years, it definitely has been a worthy investment, but some things have changed in the last year, and we need to talk about and see if this is still worth buying in 2023. Since the initial run of this console, it's actually been a very sought after console for collecting. Recently, we've seen the cost of hardware and software skyrocket in pricing. I myself am currently working at getting the full set of North American releases for the Wii U as we speak. As I mentioned, I made a video last year sharing my thoughts if the Wii U was still worth buying in the year 2022, if it's still worth collecting, and if you should buy a Wii U in that year. Since then though, some things have changed and I'm just not sure if it's still worth buying in 2023. So I thought I'd make this video, go through some of the pros and cons of the console and try to convince myself that it's still worth buying, and let you guys know too if it's something that maybe you should invest in still or maybe pass it by. Now let's start with the games. Where else can we play Mario Kart 8, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Pikmin 3, Lego City Undercover, New Super Mario Bros. U, Super Mario 3D World, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and Bayonetta 2 to name a few. Yeah, alright. Nintendo's done a fantastic job of porting over a ton of the most beloved Wii U games over to the Nintendo Switch. But there are still a few noteworthy games that haven't made the jump over to the console. Games such as Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, Xenoblade X, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, and Paper Mario Color Splash, to name a few. That being said, there's still a very good chance that Nintendo may still port these over. I mean, Nintendo is still going strong with a growing library of Nintendo Switch games, including Super Mario RPG, which is mind-blowing and fantastic if you ask me. But I digress. I mean, even just this year, Nintendo's done a very good job of porting over what's left of the Wii U library. Games including, as mentioned, Pikmin 3, Batman Arkham City, it's not the Armored Edition, but still, Bayonetta 1 and 2 as mentioned, and a bunch others that I know I'm missing. I'm still holding on for Sing Party to make its triumphant return though. Okay, so yes, a lot of games are now available on the Switch with more content too, and obviously better controls, and in some cases sped up to make the game flow a lot better. But at least the Wii U has a ton of physical games to collect. One second. That's it? Okay, yeah, so there weren't a lot of physical releases for the Wii U in North America. Total, I think, was 169. But at least when you have a library of under 200 games, they should be fairly great games. I mean, I got a list right here. We got games like Barbie and Her Sisters, Puppy Rescue, Barbie Dreamhouse Party, Hello Kitty Cruisers, Just Dance 2014 through 2017, Cabela's Big Game Hunter, Sing Party, Wipeout 3, Fitness Evolved, and of course, Zumba Fitness. Okay, sure, so there's some pretty bad games on the console, but there are some lovely hidden gems on the console as well, such as Nintendo Land, The Wonderful 101, DuckTales Remastered was phenomenal, and of course, one of my favorites on the console is Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. I've talked about that game multiple times on this channel. Fantastic game, and the best place to play it is on the Wii U. Now, one of the greatest things about the Wii U was the endless bounty of games that you could download from the Nintendo eShop, where you can pick up titles from consoles past such as the NES, the Super NES, the Wii, and of course the Nintendo DS. It was amazing. It was full of awesome titles that you can get for really cheap, that if you bought physically on the Wii U would cost you a fortune. For example, I was able to buy a copy of Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii for under $30, and that game goes for, oh shit, Anyway, it was a good bargain. Unfortunately, as of March of this year, Nintendo decided to break the hearts of every single gamer who had bought a Wii U and shut down the eShop for good. So let's take a minute to remember the Nintendo eShop. Cue the sad music. That's not sad music. Sorry, wrong music. With the eShop ceasing its operations, it does make it fairly hard for me to sit here and recommend you buy a Wii U in 2023. Yeah, now if you already have the Wii U system and a bunch of games downloaded from the eShop, sure. I mean, it's a fantastic console with lots of options and games that are very hard or rare to come by. But for those of us who maybe waited till now or is just looking into the idea of buying a Wii U now, it kind of is a tough pill to swallow. So, is the Wii U still worth it in 2023, and should you spend your hard-earned money on it? With the Wii U's small library of games and the majority of great titles now being ported on the Switch, and with the biggest draw to purchase one, the Nintendo eShop, being shut down in March of this year, is this console still worth buying this year? Well, I would have to say, yeah. Okay, yeah, there are a lot of reasons why the Wii U may not be a good purchase for a lot of people in 2023, and those points are very valid. But the Wii U does something that no other console, especially consoles that have the same games on them, does. It adds a completely different way to experience these video games. Only on the Wii U can you play Arkham City and use the Wii U gamepad as a piece of Batman's own tech to solve puzzles and mysteries. Only on the Wii U can the gamepad serve as a GPS system when you're getting lost on the streets of Lego City Undercover. And let's not forget how intuitive it is when you're playing Zombie U on the Wii U and you're using the gamepad as your backpack and you're going through all the items in the backpack. It's really neat. So yeah, other consoles of the same generation have all these games on it, but they don't pull you in as a player the same way that the Wii U does. The experience on these games on this console, in my opinion, is just so much better. As for the games themselves, as I mentioned a couple times now, there are only 169 North American releases on the console. But as I mentioned in my previous video, the Wii U is extremely satisfying to collect for. Because there's only 169 titles, the end game is within reach. You can definitely see an end goal as a collector. Plus, there is still a couple of games that are solely just on this console, as we've touched on before. Now, last but not least, this is solely for the collectors out there, but I do believe that this console will be a really cool piece of collecting history. Game prices will go up higher, console prices will go up higher, so it makes sense to purchase it now when it's in its downswing. Not only that, but this console has a lot of history. It tells about a really confusing and tough time in Nintendo's history where they almost went the same direction as the Sega. And to be fair, if this console never came about, who knows? We may not have a Switch. I mean, this console did lead to the innovations and the idea for the Nintendo Switch, and they knocked that one out of the park. Also, the console's weird, and I like weird. So yeah, again, I'd have to say, if you are a Nintendo person, if you like collecting Nintendo, or if you just like Nintendo in general, the Wii U is a great console to collect for. Alright guys, and that's it. That is my updated video on if the Wii U is still worth it to buy in the year of 2023. Don't forget to subscribe to Super Gaming Minute if you guys like talking all things Nintendo and gaming. Don't forget to like this video if you indeed like it and you like talking about the Wii U and you want to see more videos about the Wii U. Also, don't forget to comment your opinion on the Wii U and if you think it's a good console to collect for in 2023. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. So again, comment down below. I read all the comments and I engage with all you guys as much as I possibly can. So the more comments, the better. Also, if you guys want to keep the conversation going, you can click here where I talk about where I got my Nintendo 64 game and console for free by helping out a little old lady. Other than that, thanks again guys, and as always, keep on gaming. I like weird.